whole parking lot.
Good morning. This is the Board of Selectmen meeting of July 1st, 2013. We're up to agenda item 7.3. There we had some technical difficulties with our video camera, and so we began the meeting with an executive session at 8 o'clock, which lasted for about 45 minutes. So we're 15 minutes into the public session, and we'll pick up the video from this point on. Thank you. Jim, 7.3, discuss changes regarding the brush leaf disposal site to accept cash only.
Going back to the beginning of June, the Board of Selectmen expressed interest in getting away from handling cash at the brush and leaf disposal area. We did put a notice up on the track down there that we would no longer accept cash after July 1st. We will, of course, accept checks with the usual conditions that we have the license number and the driver's license. But we have got to that point now. We have set prices on printing up tickets that would be punched when somebody came in and disposed of their brush or leaves. Leaves, of course, are free, but any kind of brush or wood requires a payment to offset the cost of the tub grinder that we utilize up there. So attached is the fee schedule that's been in effect. So we're printing up these tickets, and the tickets will be available to be sold at the Town Hall South. Or, as I said, the people can always use checks, but we're getting away from handling cash at the leaf disposal area.
Why would we be selling them at Town Hall South as opposed to the town clerk's office?
Well, that's traditionally where we have sold them. We could do it both if the Board of Selectmen wishes. That would be fine.
Good idea, Veronica.
I mean, it seems like,
You should do them both.
Okay.
yeah.
So we'll bring some over.
Clerk will
there.
be very happy.
Well, it seems like
You're
you're
right.
making people
Yeah.
do double duty.
Yeah, right.
Well, you have to go to the town clerk for the other ones, anyway.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
When Jim and I were speaking, a couple of months ago, talked about moving it all over there, but Jim said it's customary, a lot of people do go to Town Hall South, so we'll put them in both places.
Right.
Okay.
No problem.
And besides the signage at the stump dump itself, we also have it on the website too, okay, Facebook. So, okay. There's no action required. Good work, Jim. Discuss request for volunteers for participation in hazard central recycling on July 13th and August 17th. We do this every year, right, Jim?
We do this every year. Many times you don't get any volunteers, but I thought I'd make an effort to encourage, if people are interested, to offer some of their time on those two dates. They said we have a date on July 13th. We're supposed to provide 4 volunteers or 4 workers, and then 8 on August 17th. And these people or volunteers, whoever goes down, they help direct the people where to go. And there's an orientation about half hour before the facility opens. It directs people where to take their materials. And it's a well-attended program. It's a good way for householders to get rid of any kind of old oil-based paints. You don't need to get rid of latex paint there, because that can be taken care of at home. And there's a brochure that we've attached, and I'm going to see maybe if Tracy wants to put this on the website too.
Okay.
It kind of directs people what can be disposed of there, and it's a great facility. The town pays for it. We pay based on our participation, but it really is, environmentally, it's a very good program.
So you need volunteers from 9 a.m. to noon, or they have to start at 8:30?
They would have to be there at 8:30
8:30,
for
okay.
orientation.
Okay.
So if anybody has interest, please contact either the Board of Selectmen or myself at Town Hall South.
Great. How many volunteers you need, Jim?
4 for the July date and 8 for the August 17th
8?
date.
Wow,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. Any questions on that item? 7.5, reconstruction of Old Quarry Road, notice of status from Deep regarding conference on a petition for public hearing.
Right, again, it's just to let people know that there has been a petition. We had expected to begin construction after the 1st of July on Old Quarry, but we have a petition from People who want to have the full public hearing process followed through on Old Quarry. So this notification is that on July 18th, there'll be a status conference, and all parties are requested to have their representation there, at which time they'll agree to a public hearing date. Town would provide, is expected to provide a hearing room for the date that we've chosen. So before that date, when I go up to the, before July 18th, I'll contact the community center and see what dates will be available.
What?
That might be a tough date, Jim. Who
Well,
picked
no,
that
it
date?
wouldn't be on that date.
It wouldn't be on that date,
No,
okay.
no,
Okay.
this date is just to set up a date.
Okay, all right, 'cause I know the community center's pretty tied up right
I
now.
thought the neighbors wanted this. What is the issue?
It's not the people who want it, it's the people who don't want it.
Of course, that's what I
Yeah,
know. I mean, I thought
well-
the neighborhood wanted it.
Well, the neighborhood,
Does.
people south of Andrews Road do want it. The people north of Andrews Road and some of those other people, they realized that as part of this process, we were gonna improve Old Quarry Road all the way up to 146. There's a lot of construction there that they wanna express their interest in, so. I don't, you know.
Maybe it's just also too, them knowing.
Are they against
Understand.
construction or they have some issue?
I think they have their own issues, as far as I know.
All right.
Can't go any further than that.
Okay,
And
anything else?
so,
So I'm sorry, so this is just to set a date for a public hearing?
Yes.
And we'll have to do that?
yes, yeah, well, DEP will set that date.
Okay.
The only problem, I don't know if Jim was gonna bring it up, but this pushes the project back.
Right.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, we can't do anything without our permit.
So,
We had been really kind of expecting to really begin.
The other projects are moving along now?
Excuse me?
The other projects are moving along?
Oh, yeah, we got plenty of things to do. Not like we're gonna send anybody home because we got to
Road.
huh?
Another road project.
Yeah, I think he's referring to Tuttle's Point and Chetfish Island Road.
Well, no, we wanted, the first one in line was this one. We have to go through that process because we were expecting this year to be tied up with this project, then get actually an application into DEP.
I know,
for
but now
Tuttle.
that this one's gone sideways, can't we just go to the next one?
No, we have to get the permit. We didn't we didn't do plans for those other roads yet. We were gonna do that during the winter of 213, 214. It's a long, laborious process.
Yeah, just, okay.
Yeah, we do have.
One went sideways.
We do have, and it's to our advantage in that we've negotiated with DEP that our mitigation for this project will satisfy all our mitigation requirements for any projects along the shore, including Tuttle's and Chaffinch Island. So that was the agreement that we made with DEP. And that involved the work on Leeds Island Marsh, to put a new outlet for that marsh, so that marsh can be restored.
Okay.
All right,
Anything else? Thank you, James.
thank you.
8. We'll take 8 now, and then Mitch will bring you up after 8. Consider and take possible action on our participation in the Connecticut State Veterans Memorial Walk of Honor. Mrs. Eaton, good morning. You're going to make a presentation?
Ready.
How you
Good morning,
doing? Nice
Mrs.
to see you again.
Oh, nice to see you too. I sent a letter to Joe Mazza and enclosed a brochure. I don't know if you've seen
Yeah.
it.
Yes, we all got it.
You all have it. And basically what's happening is that ground has been broken for this memorial, and it should be, they're hoping to finish it by the end of 2013. I don't know how, what communications the board has received about this state veterans memorial, but it is the only one, and it is the first. And what happened, I'm a Gold Star mother, as you all know, and I belong to the Gold Star Mothers of America, Inc. And we had our convention in June and at Rocky Hill Veterans Home and Hospital. And who pops in for luncheon, our potluck luncheon, but Dr. Linda Schwartz, our Commissioner of Veterans Affairs, and she asks, ladies, mothers, all right, would you please contact your towns and cities and ask them to purchase a paver for the Walk of Honor at the new memorial. It's located at the state capitol. It was originally planned for Rocky Hill, but the costs became excessive, as Linda Schwartz said, to move dirt. Because they had planned an amphitheater. The location in Hartford is a prestigious one. It's between the Armory, State Armory, and the new Legislative Office Building, and not too far from our state capitol. The pavers are a bargain at $150 until July 4th. And thereafter, they will cost $250. But, with the idea that, it would be nice if every town and city had a paver on that Walk of Honor to honor all its veterans. This memorial is not just for fallen soldiers. It is for all veterans, all who have ever served their country. That I wrote this letter, and I leave it up to you. There's an order form on the back of this brochure. It's very tricky. These are not bricks. These are granite, larger than a brick, pavers. But they only allow you 15 spaces on each line, and there are 3 lines. So it's really hard to say what you'd like to say about your veterans, but basically the message is for each town and city to remember their veterans and to honor them in some way. So I leave it to you.
Okay. One question, is the name of the town on here or not?
That's truly the idea.
You could say,
Guilford
"We thank you,
honors
town of Guilford."
its
Right,
veterans.
okay.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
second.
You could say, "We thank you for your service, town of
Yeah,
Guilford."
Guilford thanks you.
Okay.
To have your town
Yeah.
name
In honor of our
on the
veterans,
paver.
Guilford, Connecticut. I'd like to make a motion, Joe, that we participate in this program and buy a brick or a
Paver.
A paver.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. We're used to calling them bricks here, but a paver. At the cost,
Second.
and we get it in before July 4th.
Yeah, please, of course. We'll get it in
It's
this
awfully
afternoon.
tight. I'm awfully
Yeah,
sorry.
after the meeting, if anybody has a suggestion, just send me an email,
I
okay?
think Charlie has one right there, but I'll whatever I'll defer to you.
You making the motion? Is there a second to that motion?
Charlie seconded
Second, all
already.
right.
It might, not that I don't support this, but is this an appropriate use of taxpayer money for the town of Guilford to do this? Would it not be more appropriate if each one of us personally wrote I would be willing
have
to
no
write
problem
a
doing
check,
that.
Either way.
for,
Then I'll amend my motion if you're okay, Gary. 'cause that's what
I'm
Joe's
fine with
saying.
that.
I'll amend my motion and I'll contribute.
Okay, I mean,
We'll
look,
split it up and just tell me how much I
the
have.
only, no problem with that at all.
okay.
The only thing is that I think the town of Guilford should recognize there's nothing wrong with
As a
recognizing.
No,
town, we should
And,
recognize.
and,
Yeah,
and
I
if, and
agree.
if it was town money, I wouldn't have a problem with it, but I like the idea of us paying for it.
But
as
I don't
selectmen,
mind saying the
so.
town of Guilford.
No, I don't either. I agree.
Okay, so is there a motion to that? effect?
I'll amend my
She
motion
amended.
that we pay
Yeah.
instead of the
Okay,
town.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you very
I do
much.
have one more question. though.
Sure.
How much is the bench?
$500.
I'm not paying for a bench, Charlie.
Wait a minute, it's 100 apiece.
I love my bench.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Just teasing. I'm just
Thank you.
teasing.
As a practical matter, we gotta check to you, how we gonna,
I think we give it to Joe.
Give it
how
to
we
me.
gonna do that?
I'll have Sheila take care of it.
Okay.
All right, thank you very
However,
much.
thank you, Mrs. Eaton.
You're welcome.
Sheila, however way you want to handle it, just let me know, okay?
I think it's a great idea.
Sheila, you want this?
Yeah,
I have it if you need it, okay. Okay, we'll go back to item 4 unless there's an issue with that. No? Okay, item 4, Director of Human Services, Ms. Joe Black. Human Services, what'd I say? Human Resources. Same thing.
It's
And
Tim's
Luke John Penza of HD Seeger. Good morning, everyone. All right.
Morning.
Good morning. I have with me Luke John Pence from HD Seeger, our insurance consultant. Luke has been involved with us on our safety committee, and what you have before you is come through the safety committee and been approved by safety committee for your approval, actually, or recommended for your approval. We have a very old hazard communication program and policy with the town, which is somewhat antiquated, and I think Luke can explain why we're making this change at this time.
Yeah, there was a update to hazard communication that came through OSHA last year for private companies, and this year the town of Guilford has until December 1st, 2013 to comply with the updates of HAZCOM. So HAZCOM is now being called something, it's just changing the name, GHS, Globally Harmonized System. So the town has, by regulation of OSHA, Connecticut OSHA, and not that federal OSHA would come into the town, but through OSHA, federal OSHA is also making this mandate that you update your written policy and provide retraining and recommunication to your employees. So even though we have quite a lot of time, all the way till December 1st of this year, Mitch and I started probably about 6 months ago, went through the process of having the safety committee look at the old policy and the new policy, the updates. And then what would happen after this, which has already been planned as well, is once the policy is implemented, there has to be training on the policy. And so what Mitch arranged was to have Kerma, your insurance company, do that training. So we looped them into this as well. So they've actually looked over our updated policy also. They've agreed with the changes that we've made, and they think that it's a good update, and they're going to provide the training. I believe it's in October.
October 1st, we've already arranged to have training for town employees. Actually, when Kermit does training, as you probably know, they open it up to all their members, but we're actually going to have it on October 1st at the firehouse. We've arranged for that, and the people that would need to be trained be anyone who handles hazardous chemicals or materials at all, which pretty much includes our entire public works department, our maintenance staffs, our maintainers who work with the park and rec, our golf course personnel, and they would come for this training. If they can't make it, we're going to have to send them somewhere else because they need to get trained before December 1st. We've set it up for October 1st, the fire department. The fire and police departments are trained separately. They have their own training as part of their own yearly overall training. And actually, Jeff Hutchinson has mentioned to us that if people miss this, he might be able to squeeze some people in with that portion of the police training as well for hazard communications. So I think we're pretty much ahead of schedule on this, which I'm proud of, and the safety committee's done a real good job of looking this over and giving its comments. And I appreciate Luke's help, really coming up with the template that we used for this, and would appreciate your approval this morning.
Any questions?
I move that we participate in and adopt the updated policy for the Guilford Hazard Communication Program and the globally harmonized system.
Yeah.
You got it. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, any further discussion? Just one question, the Kerma is free, right, the training?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Well, we pay for it. It's part of our
dues.
It's part of our commitment to Kerma. Yes, the training is not. It does not cost us anything in addition to that.
It's part of our policy.
It's part of our
Yes.
policy. Yes,
Okay.
it is.
And as well, all the work that HD Seeger did on the update and working with Mitch, there's no cost associated with that either.
That's correct. We
All
appreciate it.
those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Unanimous, thank you, gentlemen.
All right.
Okay, back to item 9, discuss and take possible action on an ordinance to amend the code of the town of Guilford, Chapter 48, Harbor Management, as a result of the public hearing, which we had last week. I can't remember the date of it.
On the 24th.
24, thank you. Okay, you have the ordinance in front of you. The procedure is as follows. If this board approves the ordinance, it will be filed with the town clerk for a period of 30 days for review by our citizens. Should 50 people or more sign a petition to call a town meeting to change the ordinance, we will hold a town meeting. But at the end of 30 days, if there are not 50 signatures or more, this becomes part of the town code. Okay?
I move that we amend the code of the town of Guilford, Chapter 48, Harbor Management,
As presented.
as presented, and as a result of the
Public hearing.
public hearings.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion?
Only that this has been a very long, thoughtful
It's a big job.
process, and I'm very comfortable with moving on this. I think we've more than been fair to all the parties involved, and I think it's a good update.
And just for further clarification, once the ordinance goes into effect, and like I said, if there's no contest to the ordinance 30 days from now, then the harbor management plan, which we approved about 4 or 5 months ago, then is in effect,
Right.
becomes effective. Okay, should say. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you.
So, yep.
Yeah, okay, thank you. We will sign it. Just make sure we don't leave. We tend to do that. I think we signed this too, Council. You can pick that up later. All right. Item 10, appointments and resignations. Item 10.1, which we had to amend, act on a resignation received from Nancy Meany from the Human Services Board.
So moved.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Act on a recommendation to appoint Roger Celeste as an alternate to the Marina Commission for a term to expire June 30th, 2017.
So moved?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Act on recommendation to appoint Anthony DeLucia to the Shellfish Commission to fill a vacancy for a term to expire February 28th, 2017.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Act on a recommendation to reappoint Ken Wilson to the Board of Ethics for a term to begin August 1st, 2013, and expire July 31st, 2017.
So moved?
Second.
Favor?
Aye.
And the last one, 10.5, act on a recommendation to reappoint Arthur Benson to the Board of Ethics for a term to begin August 1st, 2013, and expire July 31st, 2017.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous, thank you. Correspondence? I have none other than we've discussed. Anybody? No? Any committee reports?
No.
Okay. Old business? Have none? Any new business? No. Okay. Public forum? I don't see anybody wishing to address the board. Okay, we have one more item. Consider and take possible action on a request from a GEA employee to carry over extra unused vacation due to extenuating circumstances. An executive session will be required. I have a motion to go into executive session.
So moved.
Second.
I want to invite the Human Resources Director and the Finance Director and our Town Engineer and Director of Public Works, Jim Portley. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Mike, we'll be coming back for a vote.
I need a minute.
We'll need a motion to come out of executive session, please.
So moved?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We have a motion to consider.
I move that we approve the request by a GEA employee to carry over unused vacation time due to extenuating circumstances until September 30th, 2013.
Second.
Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous, thank you. Motion to adjourn, please.
So moved?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned at 9:40. Thank you very much. Yes, we signed this here.